I feel like Seattle is very secluded city, meaning that there's so many people who are very lonely, but at the same time, they don't know like where to go. And Bell Tower is a place where we're actually building that kind of bridges for people like that.
I think there's something so unique about the therapeutic relationship. For a period of time, you are sitting with someone who is so committed to your good, who is really seeking to hear you, to see you, to understand you. And they're engaging your story in a way that's fiercely honest, but also has really deep compassion and curiosity. And I think there's something so powerful about that in its ability to transform the way that people see themselves and the way that they see other people.
One of my favorite parts about working at Bell Tower is meeting new clients, getting to know them a little bit, making the process of starting therapy simple for them, and matching them with a therapist that's going to work for them. Starting therapy can be a really courageous step for people. And my biggest hope for people, especially who are feeling hopeless, they're feeling stuck, they're in pain, they're trying to figure out a way out of where they're at, that they would find a therapist here that will walk with them through that, and that ultimately they would find hope.
My biggest hope is that people seeking counseling would be able to find a space where they can identify how their past experiences have affected them, and that they can gain tools for figuring out, how do I live a life that gives me joy and purpose and meaning? And how do I better connect with the people around me?
My greatest hope for folks who are seeking counseling for the first time is that they would find a safe place, that they would find a place where they can encounter themselves in such a way that allows them to live more fully into who God created them to be.
My biggest hope for my clients and anyone really that is seeking counseling support is that they feel safe to be vulnerable, to be themselves, to be honest about their struggles and their fears, and a place where they can find hope, real hope for change and growth.
I'm Korean descent, and I'm immigrant, and I've been immigrant for almost all my life. And I have a special heart for those who are coming from overseas. It's always hard for them to find counselors, and what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to create a space for them so that they can get the service they need.
For someone seeking counseling, I would say I hope that they feel heard and understood, and I hope that that experience makes you realize that your story matters, and there are parts of your story that deserve to be celebrated, and there are parts of your story that deserve someone to mourn there with you. I hope that in coming to counseling you realize just how much value and worth you do have.
We get to choose to believe that the story isn't over, that the cost of suffering, of brokenness, of trauma doesn't get to have the final word. So with clients, my greatest hope is to be able to consider and imagine together what it means that emotionally, cognitively, relationally, and spiritually, there's more to their story.
My hope for all the clients that I work with is for them to come to a place of greater flexibility, greater honesty with themselves, a greater sense of compassion toward themselves as well as other people. And I would also love every client to leave their time with me with real tools to see real change that they wanted to see take place, but tools to also feel better equipped to respond to challenges in life.
My favorite part about working at BTC is absolutely our dynamic team. I love the breadth of expertise and knowledge that we bring from one another. We are constantly learning and growing as clinicians, and we care for each other. It is truly a really fun place to work.
The values of Bell Tower actually get lived out. And that means as a therapist, we can work from a posture of being loved, a posture of abundance, and that gets to spill over into our work with our clients.
My favorite thing about working at Bell Tower Counseling is that I get to see a really wide range of clients. I get to see people who want to see me because I know about evidence-based treatment for OCD and anxiety disorders. And then I get to see people who are wanting biblically sound counseling. And because of my background and because of our scholarship, I'm able to offer that.
I think my biggest hope for Bell Tower in the future is that it would become known as a place where people can come with their biggest fears and darkest struggles, and it can be known as a place where they would be seen and known and helped.
My greatest dream for Bell Tower in the future is just that we would grow. I think the possibility that we would have offices in more locations than just here is such a delight to think about.
It is hard to pay for therapy, and Bell Tower is living up to its mission to truly provide quality, evidence-based, and biblically sound healthcare to our community, to those who have financial resources and to those who don't, and that is truly unique and really exciting.
I would love donors to know that the money that you give to Bell Tower is for our clients and for our clinicians, which makes the work that we do possible. So I get to see clients who can pay any number of dollar amounts and still support my family, which is A, unheard of in the mental health care world, and B, makes this work sustainable.
In order for us to be a trusted presence in the community, we really do have to make ourselves accessible to them. And in order to be known by them, they have to be able to access us for services. And so much of your support through prayer or giving allows us to bridge that gap and make those connections with the community.
I know that I have multiple clients who have received so much through your generosity in being able to receive services that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
Cost really is one of the greatest barriers to getting good counseling, and so I'm so grateful to be at a place that prioritizes giving good care to everyone.
I am so thankful for Bell Tower donors because it means that when I talk with clients every day, I can help them have accessible therapy that might not otherwise be available to them. And the gratitude that I receive from them, I just want to pass along to Bell Tower donors.